it's a proud moment for me, you know, being a coach. You know, just this year, I think I didn't expect this, you know, straight away. But you know, when there's a player, you're in control a little bit more. I'd say that when you're on the pitch. But I felt like at times I was playing the game with them up there, and like you said, I'm wet. That's not because of champagne. That's because of sweat. So I was sweating at times. But no, the girls were outstanding today. You know, really proud of them. And we played a game they didn't want, and that was, you know, holding the ball, you know, playing with the ball as well, and executing our plays. But you know, front loading our energy in D. I thought we did that. You know, it depends when you wins your games, like we say, and we certainly defended well today.
It was almost like a consummate final performance, like getting the lead early on, then not hold on, but see it out. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Well, we you know, we couldn't have started any better, could we? We got 16-0 up, and you know, Leeds are the type of side that they won't go away. You know, they're well coached with Lewis. They've got fantastic players that can hurt you. So we knew there was going to be moments in games where we would be under pressure. You know, finals are like that. But it's who deals with them moments the best, and I thought we did today. And that's why we come out probably on the end of the right result. And you know, in big moments we come up with big players, and you know, when you've got people like Jodie in your team, it makes my job a lot easier as well.
You said before the game you may be more nervous going into a final as a coach than as a player. Did it work out that way?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I was nervous before the game. Like I said, I think when you're on the pitch, you're kind of in control. Them nerves go. You're kind of in control, you know, of the game. Especially as an halfback, I felt when I played 10 years ago that it suited me because it was raining and I used to kick the ball, and you know, that's what I did that day, and we come out with the win. But I think as a coach, you do feel a little bit helpless at times. But fully confident in these girls as well, you know, and I've got to be. They're an outstanding group of girls. You know, I inherited a good squad at the beginning of the year, and I'd like to think that we can keep improving and getting better and adding to that. So, you know, twice we've played Leeds this year, we've stepped up and performed, and you know, I'm pleased with that.
Lastly, one for both of you really. Did you get that sense of history you were making before the game?
Do you want to go?
Yeah, I did, and I think the whole squad did, and I think that was quite hard as well, because you still got an 80-minute performance to do, but that sort of adds a bit of weight to what you're doing, and I think we handled the pressure really well, and that was the most team performance I think I've ever seen. Like, every single person stepping up when the pressure was on. We just never give up. They broke quite a lot through us, and you know, we knew they would, we knew they had the players to do that, but I think we just handled the occasion really well, and that was something we spoke about a lot. We have to be able to handle the occasion, and the team that does that the best will win the game, and I do think our girls did that today. I'm so proud of every one of them.
Jodie, you seemed quite a lot of emotion at the end there. I don't know if you're in tears yourself, but some of the girls look like they were. I mean, how would you sum up your feelings there?
I honestly, it's so hard to, like, me and Rudge had a bit of a moment, you know, I'm sure all the girls have had a moment, and it was just one of them, we've done it, this is dream come true moment, and not a lot of people who truly, and I don't think anything other than sport gives you that moment where this is the best feeling in the world, and we just embraced that moment. And it was emotional because a lot of the girls in our team, we've got quite a lot of senior girls who've done a lot in the game and have been through when it was rubbish and nobody turned up, when it was on park fields, and you know, your family might know you'd won it, but that'd be about it. And to be on this stage, to be coached by players like Matty Smith, you know, that's part of everything that builds towards this. The staff we've got behind us, we'd have had a coach and maybe a first aider, you know, and we've got a full room of staff that have invested everything into us to make sure that we went out there and was able to perform today. You know, the club have got behind us so much. Mike Rush in there, I think even Mike Rush might have been close to tears, and that just shows what it means to the club as well, what we've done. So yeah, it was definitely emotional, but just pure relief that we managed to go out and achieve what we set out to do.
Was that 10 years after your first one then, at Batley in 2013?
Yeah, 10 years after the first one, so yeah. Experience, I suppose, is something that knocks around, but I don't think any player could have been experienced in what we had to go out and do today. Yeah, we've played in big games before, but this just felt huge. So yes, 10 years ago, won my first one, won a few now, but that one is definitely the most special.
Jodie, did you feel the weight of sort of history, you know, being live on national TV, first time at Wembley, massive crowd watching, did you feel that weight, or were you able to kind of put that aside?
Before it, yes. I think once the game starts, like Matty said, it's hard. I I've been lucky enough and unlucky enough, because through injury, but lucky enough to sit next to Matty for a few games this year, and it's hard when you're on the sidelines, you can't do anything about it, you can't fix it up. When you're on the pitch, things aren't going right, you can step up, take a carry, try and get a big tackle in. So before it, yes, you could see the nerves, even in the warm-up you could see just a couple of passes going to ground that don't normally happen, because just a little bit tense, a little bit nervous. But I think as soon as the game kicked off, as soon as you had your first involvement, you could see the girls start to settle into it and realise they had a job to do, and I think they all did it really well. They kept focused for the full game. I think we managed it really, really well. So the weight was on us before it, and I think, you know, you saw all that come out in the emotion afterwards, but for the 80 minutes I think we handled that really well.
You mentioned yourself and other senior girls that have helped get the game to this point. I mean, there must also be a sense of satisfaction to know that now this is going to be almost the norm for the next generation coming through.
Yeah, me and Rudge, we had a chat and we realised there's a couple of girls in here. You know, we've got Lucy Sams, she was outstanding today, 17-year-old, and I think this is the third or fourth game for us. And one of them was the semi-final at Warrington on BBC. This one, like BBC at Wembley on Sky. And I was like, her experience is that Women's Rugby League is absolutely incredible. We're on the top stage, and it's like these young girls, that is the norm for them. For us, me and Rudge pinch ourselves every minute at what we're experiencing right now, and how amazing that their girls are starting in this, and they're only going to push and make it even better once, you know, the more senior girls retire. It's just so good. People like Faye, Shona, who've been around the game, done incredible things, they get to experience this, and then the young girls in the squad are just going to get better and better for experiencing days like today's, and then take it on to the next stage once we hang our boots up. But tell you what, we're going to stick around for a while because this is pretty good.
Yeah, because I know Faye said after the semi-final that she'd probably call it a day at the end of this year and wanted to finish on a Wembley high. Is that still the plan for Faye, do you think?
We always convince Faye to go one more year, don't you worry, we'll be in a race. I think it's hard, you know, it's quite addictive feelings like today. It's easy to say, but it's quite hard to do, and we've got a really, really special group of girls who work hard for each other. We're such a tight-knit unit, and I think irrelevant of the rugby on the field, it's hard to say goodbye to that. So yeah, we'll be trying to keep the whole squad together for as long as we can.
It was outstanding today, wasn't she, in terms of kicking game and pushing that time on that ball?
Yeah, absolutely. Faye was outstanding, and she probably was giving herself a hard time at points, but I think there was some real key turnovers from, you know, dropouts and things like that turned the ball and was a pressure reliever for us and just added pressure back onto Leeds. And they're the key moments where you need your half-back to step up, and she did that, which allowed, you know, the forwards to then set a platform and then to get their hands on the ball in good positions and get some points on the board.
Key points early on in the game where Amy broke through and was looking off from the world to try, you get back and cover it, and then defend the next two players. Can you like in the way the game turned after that? That
was a huge set. I think it woke us up. We knew how good Leeds were going to be, but it was one of them, like, they're here to play and we can't let that happen. But also it filled me with all the confidence in the world that Amy Hardcastle, who is a fantastic player, rapid and really strong, and we managed to chase that back, solve it, but it wasn't just the one person chasing back to make the tackle. Everybody was chasing back, anticipating that tackle being made and getting set to make the next ones, and we did that multiple times. I think that was the one really key example of it. But there was 2 or 3 times, I think, as a team we did that, and that, like, you know, I know what Matty values as a coach. It's effort, it's hard work, and he's ingrained that into us, which means that no matter what, you don't switch off, you never give up on a play. It's easy if you see Amy Hardcastle, Caitlin Beavers breaking and going full length to just go, oh well, try scored. But we never did that once today. We 100% dug in, made sure made every effort to either make it hard to score or stop it and defend the next one.
It was really variety to your attack as well, wasn't it? You know, in terms of how you attacked today.
Yeah, I think we've just got a really strong left and right edge, which I think's hard. You know, a lot of teams have a dominant side, and I don't think we do. So that's really hard for teams to defend, because no matter where we are on the field, I think we've got a strike. Some really good tries. I can't wait to watch them back, because real team tries where pretty much every person had a hand in the try at some point, and they're the ones you want to score. Yeah, the full lengthers are great, but when you know that you've had a team performance and team tries where every single person's contributed to getting to that point, you know you're in a good place as a squad.
Would you say there's been an extra determination at Saints this season because of the sort of the whole pre-season narrative about other teams paying players, you losing Amy, other teams signing an NRL player, etc.? Did that kind of give you something additional to prove?
I think for me, I can speak for me as a new coach coming in. It was difficult in pre-season. I've got to be honest. You know, we come off the back of a World Cup. You know, and the girls are put up here in terms of playing for England. You know, we've got 9. I think we had 9 in the England squad, and they come. You know, they finish that, and the next day they're back to work, and it's hard. You know, when you come off a pedestal like that, playing for your country, then to start that work, and it is difficult for the girls. You know, the men are obviously full time; they get paid for it, and you know, so it's about trying to lift them back up. So I think throughout pre-season was difficult. It wouldn't have been difficult for us. You know, I'm sure the other clubs felt that as well, especially Leeds and York, who've got a big England contingent. So, but yeah, you go again. I mean, when you talk about, you know, what's next for the, you know, Wembley was one of them for us. You know, to get them back up. You know, the prospects of playing at Wembley, playing on the biggest stage, is something that I know Jodie wanted to do, and I think the majority of girls wanted to do. But you know, we got that opportunity today, which I'm made up for this group, because they've had so much success in the Challenge Cup, and for them to get this opportunity, I think it is well deserved. And so it was difficult, but you know, you go again, you live to fight another day, and for these girls, it's only improving, and it's only going to get better. And like Jodie's touched on, she's probably at that back end of her career, but she's got so much left in her. You know, playing like she did today, and a few of the others. You know, she mentioned Shauna and Faye. I still think they've got, you know, years to come yet. You know, experienced girls, but girls that, you know, make us the team we are. You know, you add them younger girls in as well, and it's a pretty, you know, it's a pretty good squad. So for as long as I'm there, I'm hoping to have them girls, you know, with me.
Did you feel written off because of this, because of what happened in pre-season?
With the payment, you mean?
Well, the fact that all the attention was on your 2 other clubs in
Yeah.
particular.
Well, we lost Amy to Leeds, obviously, didn't we? And that was a number of things. I don't think it was just about the pay. I think, you know, Amy, again, she's back end of her career. It's closer to home. I think, you know, Amy made that decision for her family as well, and we respected that decision. But it was tough, you know. Teams were coming in with offering girls money, and you know, I didn't think it was the right way to go. I think us as a club, I think you've got to look after the girls at this stage in different ways, and we try and do that with, you know, it might sound little, but medical care, and you know, we try and look after them in terms of giving them, you know, food after training, and you know, stuff like that, and expenses. But it is a difficult one, because I want these girls to be paid, but it's got to be done in the right way. But it'll only happen that, and it's small steps, but it will happen. I'm fairly confident in that. The way you've just seen the 2 teams play out there, it's great to watch, and the improvement is there every year. The amount of young girls playing the game, so it's only going to get better, the women's game, and you know, I'm proud to be a part of it.
How important is Amy Taylor's goal kicking to this side?
It was massive. I was celebrating the goal kicks,
Yeah.
you know, sometimes more than the tries, because in games like this, it's massive, and you know, to kick one from the sideline at Wembley, I've never done that. I don't think many people can do that, and for her to step up and have that pressure and do it, but she's done it all year for us, you know. But to step up in a game like this and kick them goals when it matters, you know, outstanding from her. Such a young girl as well, 21, but I think they did matter then.
I think she is. She's only 19.
Is she 19?
Yeah.
Sorry, yeah.
19 if she's done that.
But it was big, because you go from 8 points to 12, then they've got to score 3 tries, and we kept that all the way through the game. You know, at the end, you know, 22-8. You know, so they had to score 3 points. So in terms of, you know, psychologically, it's massive, and you know, to be fair to her, she nailed her job today.
Proper game management going for the 2 at the end. You're not tempted to run it?
No, not at all. Because the whole time I played against Leeds, and they broke our hearts, and you can never take them for granted. And I said to Matty before the game, said it to a couple of senior girls, and it was a focus of mine. It was get 3 tries ahead. 2 tries, not comfortable against Leeds. So 3 tries was the key one, and obviously with 2 converted tries, get 2 points, and they've got to get 3 on us, and they've got to convert, and that's a big ask. So for me it was all about trying to manage this game out. Yeah, it's nice to win pretty, and I think we did some pretty good tries today. I think we really did throw the ball around, but it's just about getting a win as well. We had to manage the game out, we had to keep calm, composed. Our halves did that, but yeah, as soon as we got the option, I was always wanting the 2 just to calm everyone down a little.
so many things to be proud of then. Play the match, you lift the trophy at Wembley, but also you get through without messing your face up. How proud are you about that?
A couple of people have said that to me. It's nice to see you without your nose across your face and no black eyes. So yeah, that was also quite a good outcome for today. But you know what? I'd break it 5 times over to experience that today, and I'd do it for the girls week in, week out. They do it for us. You know, each of you work so hard. That's why rugby league is a really special sport, where you physically do put your body on the line for the people around you, and you take knocks and you get back up again, and you get to your absolute maximum where you think that you have nothing left in the tank, and then you've got to go again. And that's a really special moment to be in, and I think that adds to the emotion at the end of the game, because you're physically and emotionally exhausted. That's how I felt, and yes, today's really special. I don't think it's sunk in yet. I'm sure there'll be some more tears later on when it starts to sink in, but I just can't thank the girls enough. Honestly, I love being their captain. It's the easiest thing in the world at times, because there's so many leaders in that team. All I have to do is just go out there and do my job, and I know everyone else will. And yeah, today's such a proud day.
You've had a few hundred come down today specifically to watch this game. Do you see the quality of that entertainment? Do you see that growing year on year now?
I think so, yeah, and hopefully there's a load watching it from home. You know, the more girls, the more women we get playing the game, the more that grows the spectator base anyway. And it's really easy to write off women's rugby league, and then suddenly you have a daughter, and your daughter has a dream, and you would do anything to make that happen. We see that a lot. We've got you see so many young girls in the crowds now at St Helens, our games, here today, and they're the future of this sport, and that's what we're doing. It's small steps, but every single person that comes to a game and goes, these girls can play and this is a great product, only I say that to one other person and they start to show up. And I think we've got a lot of respect now from what we've done out there. Leeds have got loads of respect for what they did today, the way they performed. They really threw it at us, and it was just a great product of women's rugby league, and it's only going to go on the up from here. I have to thank everyone who makes that happen, because that doesn't happen easy. There's lots of criticism that comes when you have to take the next step and you put it on at Wembley, and how many fans are going to be there. There is a lot of people who go into making that decision, but you've got to back it, and if you back it, the girls will back it too and give absolutely everything. And you had all the girls out there giving it everything, but all the teams who compete in the Challenge Cup give so much to this sport, and that's only going to get more and more, and the product's going to get better and better. So yeah, I think it's a great start.
When you come to Wembley, you see how huge Wembley pitch is. What's it like to play on when you just see some fast green spares?
It is, yeah, but I was trying to tell the girls, I was like, it's the same grass, the warm-up, it's the same grass that we play, we run on at Cowley, and we play on at the Totally Wicked, and when we were at Thatterweath, we were on the same grass again. It's just blades of grass, and that's what I kept saying to him in the warm-up. And then, Ruddy was like, it's a little bit better than Cowley. I was like, it's a little bit better than Cowley. The point's the same, mate. It's a load of grass, and at the end of the day, we go on there and we just perform like we normally do. I think afterwards you can go, wow, it's amazing when you've actually done it, but you try and manage how vast that looks when you're out there, because it can be a little bit overwhelming. But yeah, we try to keep that a little bit calm.
And Matty, obviously, how long do you let the girls enjoy today before it gets back to the business of Super League and trying to get
ask me that question now, they can have as much time as they want, but ask me on Monday, I'd be saying it's back to business. But yeah, I mean, we've got to, you play the game to enjoy moments like this. So I want the girls to, especially this next couple of days, to let their hair down, to enjoy each other's company. We go back to St Helens tonight. We have a party at the stadium, and then tomorrow we're at the first team game. Now with the trophy and parading that round in front of all our fans. So definitely this next couple of days, I'm sure we'll let them enjoy, or we can let them enjoy this one, because it's a big thing for them. And you celebrate your wins, and that's why you do it.